Today I want to give you a quick look at how I made this very large charcuterie board, so please stick around. I started with some really beautiful 8-4 dark walnut and cut it down so that all of the bottom of the board was able to be edge grain, and that made for a really nice sturdy board. I did this in 3 separate glue ups, so glued one segment, ran it through the planer, second and third, and then you'll see here I'm gluing all 3 of the different segments together. There are several different segment calculators online. I really like this one, so hopefully you can see the website there. So I was able to put in that I wanted 20 different segments and that I wanted it to be a 3/4 wide lip with a 1/4 inch of wiggle room on either side for the router bit and stuff. And so I'm able to plug in the numbers here, and I'm able to figure out that I need the outside pieces to be just a hair past 4.5 inches long, and that I need to be cutting these at a 9-degree angle. I made 40 segments total, so there's 2 layers of the 20 segments, and then of course I alternated them, and then I just used a ratchet strap to hold them together while I was gluing it to make sure that they were nice and tight, and the circle turned out really well. Routering this out was very stressful because you're staring down at $60–70 worth of walnut at this point, so you really don't want to mess it up. But I took a piece of wood, like a 1x6, and I put tape down in CA glue and then tape on the other side so I wouldn't have to put any type of hole into the board, and I was able to really glue that down nice and sturdy on the inside. And then I was able to put the pin for my circle jig through that top plywood, so I was never putting anything into the walnut. Since my board was 28 inches wide on the outside one I set at 28, the inside one I set at 27.25 on it's just a Millcraft circle cutting jig. And I just took 1/8 inch passes. I was really cautious with this step, so it took a lot of passes, but it was worth it because I ended up with a pretty nice finish and didn't end up with any catastrophic points. So that was definitely really important. This was again a little bit stressful. Once I had it rough cut out, I did a lot of sanding at 120, 220, and 320. Took a lot of hand sanding on that inside curve, which is a bit of a pain. That little knot I filled with some dark CA glue and activator. And then I decided that since it was so large that I really wanted a spot so that somebody could get their fingers under it. So I just made a little template. I just copied a gallon of paint on a 1/4 inch piece of MDF, cut that out, and then using that kind of double stick tape method, I just put it on the piece of wood and then routed out just about 1/4 of an inch down. And that was really helpful to be able to actually, be able to pick up that large board. I used my same usual method for finishing these. I put food grade mineral oil all over and let it just soak in and drip dry. And then when that was done, I used a mixture of mineral oil and beeswax to give it a really nice finish. Now this was a project that I was making for a client, and I just took some pictures along the way. If you want, another one, video tutorial step by step, I'd be happy to do that if there's enough interest. So I hope that you enjoyed this. I hope that you feel inspired to make, a really nice large board yourself because they're actually pretty cool. So stay well and have a good day.